Borodar Paub. Good morning everyone. My name's Richard Spate and I'm the project manager for DigiSkills Cymru. DigiSkills Cymru is a Wales Union Learning Fund project created by Unison, the public service trade union, and hosted by the Workers' Educational Association Cymru, WEA Cymru. The project is funded by the Welsh Government through the Wales Union Learning Fund. So you may be asking yourself, why is Unison involved in lifelong learning? Now, my project is all about trade union-led learning in the workplace, which is learning for everyone, for work and beyond, and aimed at creating a learning culture. This has obvious knock-on benefits for unions and employers alike, in terms of deepening the partnership and having a better educated, better motivated, and more productive workforce who are able to learn and develop themselves. Our project focuses on digital skills. Today I'm going to talk to you about digital championing, which is very important for Communities First. We also offer bespoke workshops in the workplace for public service workers on themes like iPads, taking part in online learning, and aspects of internet safety, social media and digital literacy. What we aren't, very briefly, is trade union education, which is the formal training for trade union activists and representatives so that they can carry out their union roles. We do have an influence over this area, but that is a separate aspect of trade unions' work in learning and education. Also, we're not about training workers to do the core parts of their job. That's for the employers to invest in. That's a very important responsibility for an employer to take. But we do work very closely in partnership with employers in order to make all learning in the workplace, whether it's training or lifelong learning, more effective. So, I want to begin by addressing two specific questions. Why do we need digital champions in public services, and who would make a good digital champion trained through our project? Now, you may have already heard today, or you may be about to hear, from Communities 2.0. Now, Communities 2.0, a fantastic project, a project that actually inspired this project, who train digital champions in the community through face-to-face training. They've also got an offer of 1-day and 2-day courses for frontline Communities First staff to help them to help others to get online. Our offer is an online version of that training, I guess. I just want to speak briefly about the idea of a digital champion in a public service workplace. We all see social inclusion as part of our jobs in the public services. I see in future that digital inclusion is going to be just as important for all public service workers. Wherever a citizen encounters a public service worker, they should be able to get help from that public service worker to use the internet, or to use the internet to engage with that public service or that public service worker. And increasingly in areas in social care, in social housing, in education, in health, the frontline public service worker is encountering digital technology and is maybe using digital technology to engage with their service users. So I've produced a video that explains some of the background to the project. I'm not going to show it you now, but you can see it on our website. I now want to talk about who the perfect person to take part in digital champion training and support through DigiSkills Cymru is. Often a great digital champion is somebody unlike myself, who's in his early 30s, who's always had computers around him and is absolutely comfortable in the digital world and always has been. We're looking really for people who've learned their digital skills as an adult. They often can understand where people are coming from better and to explain things on much more simple and straightforward terms than a so-called digital native like myself. But we also know that public service workers often find it hard to attend face-to-face courses. So we've created an online training offer for digital champions in Wales in partnership with Digital Unite, and I'll show you that in a second. The perfect digital champion would be somebody who loves helping others and is looking for an opportunity to volunteer, to add something extra to their role that'll bring benefit to themselves and to the people they work with. We're looking for people who are already comfortable with digital technology and confident going online, but are not techie people. They don't have to know the ins and outs of every device. They don't have to be somebody who can create websites or write computer code, although we wouldn't never turn those people away, those special people, because they can also be good digital champions too. But it's not a requirement. The digital champion also, ideally in the public services, already has a role in guiding, supporting people in their lives, or a role that involves learning or training. Again, I know that in Communities First you have people dedicated to adult learning, and so we see this as a perfect synergy really. We're also looking for people who are ambitious to improve their own skills and improve their CVs. Digital champion is a great way into teaching, into training, because it involves passing on your knowledge and working closely with others to help them improve their skills. So what's involved in our training offer and how does it work? So as I've mentioned, unlike Communities 2.0, we offer online training. It's a purely online offer. The core of our offer is a course called Quick Start, which involves 6 hours of learning, helping you to learn the basics of how to get people online safely and securely. There's some great stuff in there around the theories of learning styles, which would be useful for anyone. And following on from that, there are 6 other courses addressing aspects of internet safety, money, job searching and using government services, which are vital elements in the Digital Champions Toolkit. Then beyond that, there is the forum section of the site that we use, the Digital Champions Network, where we encourage digital champions to share their experiences, to discuss the problems or the successes they've had, and to ask questions of other digital champions and of the online tutor who is there moderating the forums Monday to Friday 9 till 5. And that's a key element of our offer as well. The learning also involves keeping yourself up to date. The courses are updated, so even if you complete a course, go back into it a few months later if the information has changed, if the operating systems have changed, then that course will be up to date. And then we always encourage digital champions to progress on to further learning, and that's extremely important. So then there's what a digital champion does. Core to it is understanding the learner's needs. Again, in Communities First, this is something that's part and parcel of your everyday work. And then organising one-to-one and group activities to help people to either engage with digital technology or again to use it more safely and securely. Then there's the work of actually helping people to get online and stay online, the meat of the digital champion role. Beyond that, it's sharing with the community, again, passing on that knowledge and your experience so others can learn from it, and then assisting your colleagues in the workplace to do the same, giving them on the spot advice about how they can support other people or how they can develop their own digital skills and knowledge, and solving problems in the workplace. This is something a digital champion may already be doing, is being the person at work who people go to find out how to do that little procedure on Microsoft Word, or to do the formulas on Excel, for example, or knowing how to search effectively on Google. We all know these people. They may well be the perfect digital champions. So our offer to you, before I show you it, I'll spell it out to you. We have a place on our network for people who work in Communities First. Every Communities First cluster in Wales falls under our project. It's a national project, so we'd like to encourage every Communities First cluster to get involved with us. We can offer a digital champion fully funded access to our UK-wide network that we bought into, to the courses on there, including the Quick Start course through the medium of Welsh. Like I've mentioned, there's a specialist tutor online Monday to Friday, supporting the forums and pointing people towards the helpful resources and user guides on the network. All of the learning is certificated and also recognised through open badges, an exciting technology that I'm very passionate about, and we'll be developing that further on the network going forward. We have a part-time learning support worker who works for DigiSkills Cymru, who is also there to help people to get onto the network, to motivate them to take part in the learning and then use those new skills in the workplace and in the community. We will link you into further learning, and you will be joining a network of progressive organisations. I'm going to look at that network now, which is run by an organisation called Digital Unite, who've been very important partners in pulling our project together. And we bought into their Digital Champions Network for housing and helped them to develop it to be useful in the Welsh context. I'm going to very quickly run through some screenshots from the network so that you can see how it looks. On the left hand side there's a lovely navigation pane. This is the home screen, which gives an overview of an individual digital champion's participation in the Digital Champions Network. You can see here the courses. I'll highlight a few of them here. Making and saving money online, online security, 2 courses on job hunting, and 1 on using government services online. Here's a quick look at the front page of the online security, banking and money course, which would be really useful, I'm sure, for a lot of the people supported by Communities First. Beyond the learning itself, there are teaching resources and downloads. These are the added extras that come with the Digital Champions Network that can really help in encouraging people to use their new skills. Where we add something, I think, extra through buying into this network is the Learner Records section, which gives digital champions a space where they can record their digital champion activities and keep track of them. This is important when you're reporting back, but it's also important for helping the digital champion to reflect upon every session and to understand where they're going next in their work with a particular individual who needs their help. And here's a shot of the forums. In particular, I'll draw your attention to Forum Cymraeg. Nobody is using that at the moment. We are looking for a volunteer to moderate that forum through the medium of Welsh, and hopefully that volunteer could be somebody from Communities First clusters. So, final section of my talk is about how this fits in with what you already do, and the way that the environment is changing in the future and how digital championing might play into that. So as I mentioned, we see digital inclusion as social inclusion in action, and it fits into a lot of the work that Communities First areas do in terms of developing people's skills and employability, their numeracy and literacy, in the work that they do with safeguarding and with promoting health and citizenship. This is something I'm extremely passionate about. It can help with the work you do in terms of money advice, in promoting well-being, mental well-being in particular. It can help with job hunting, extremely important in the era of universal jobs match. It's a fantastic tool for family learning and digital storytelling. And I know that storytelling is an important aspect of a lot of the work that Communities First do. Digital storytelling can be a fantastic route into digital inclusion for people. So the final part of this is a little steer for you, a little way that you might be able to get ahead of the game through digital championing. Coming down the line very quickly is the Essential Skills Digital Literacy curriculum, which is to replace Essential Skills ICT. Essential Skills ICT focuses on basic IT skills in terms of the use of Word, Excel, internet browsing, file management, all very important things, but only a small aspect of the skills needed to be an effective practitioner in the digital world. So the new digital literacy curriculum covers 6 themes: digital responsibility, information literacy, productivity, collaboration, creativity, and digital learning. These are a comprehensive suite of competencies that are going to be developed through the new curriculum. I'm extremely supportive of this and excited about the change. The qualifications are going to range from entry level 3 to level 3 and will be available from September 2015. Now, a digital champion won't be qualified to deliver essential skills digital literacy, but what you can do through digital championing is prepare the ground for people taking part in this learning, in these qualifications in the future. So, I know I'm not with you today. I am online right now, and you can tweet any questions you have for me using the hashtag #AskDigiSkills. You can tweet at DigiSkills Cymru and it'll pop up on my phone. Here are my contact details. I'll leave them on the screen for a moment. You can get me on email, on Facebook, and 2 Twitter handles there, the bottom of which is my personal one, but I'm happy to take questions on that as well. And I want to show you, last but not very much not least, this URL, this web address, bit.ly/D digi C champs. If you go to that, you can register your interest in becoming a digital champion. Please share this URL with your colleagues in your teams and communities first. Thank you very much for listening to me today. Diolch yn fawr iawn, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.